Hey, what's up, guys? This is Stacey. This is Boltcap. And we just started doing this last week. And we just want to talk a little bit about the game. It was a tough game today. It was tough to watch. I know there was a lot of people who were saying that the Chargers can't win, But my belief came from the fact that I trusted the coaching staff to put us in the right positions to win the game, and or at least give us an opportunity to win the game. And you knew that Jonathan Taylor was going to be the focal part of their offense. And I thought we would have had a game plan to at least slow down Jonathan Taylor. And the way the game started out, I mean, right from the very beginning, Jonathan Taylor ran up and down the field, catching balls out the flat, catching screens. He did whatever he wanted to do. They were converting third downs constantly. You kind of knew as the game was going on in the first quarter, you kind of knew, had a feel of how this game was going. So, Justin, what's your thoughts on, in particular, how the first quarter went?
The first quarter was terrible. We was dominated from the standpoint of we couldn't get a stop on fourth down, and they controlled the clock the entire fourth quarter. They milked the clock, and I think we had four plays up to that point.
Yeah.
We couldn't get a stop, and the Chargers defense looked as bad as it's been in a while, like a really long time.
Yeah.
And it's been building up week after week. We've been seeing the problems with the defense, but to not put all hands on deck to stop Jonathan Taylor, knowing that that's their best player on offense, for that to not be a focal point and let him from the gate do whatever he wanted against our defense.
Right.
It was terrible.
Yeah, it was. And I'm a little disappointed in the coaching staff because we just didn't look prepared. We didn't get all those penalties like we had been getting. Yeah. We just seemed like we didn't have a real game plan for Jonathan Taylor. Mm-hmm. He went up and down the field, did whatever he wanted. And we knew it wasn't so much that about Daniel Jones. I would have rather, if he got into a shootout, I would have trusted Herbert over Daniel Jones. But you know that first you got to stop the run first. We didn't do a good enough job of that at all. And I'm going to read these first half stats. In the first half alone, it was 23-3. 273 total yards. Daniel Jones had 199 yards passing. There was 74 yards rushing. There was 6.7 yards per carry. There was 4 out of 8 on third downs and 3 out of 3 on fourth downs. We had a chance toward halftime where we were in the red zone, where we unfortunately been struggling at a lot this year. And we had a chance to get 7 and go into halftime and come back out. And if you could score again, that's a 14-point swing. But it's, after a while, the way the game was going, you knew that it wasn't going to be the Chargers' night.
Yeah.
But what you think about the second half? They came out and had a little bit more energy when they came out and marched right down the field and scored.
Yeah, the second half was a lot better from an offensive standpoint. Yeah. We showed a sense of urgency. Mm-hmm. So offensively, because obviously in the first half, the way the game was going, it was looking really bad for Justin Herbert. He had a rough game in this game.
Yeah, he did.
But to bounce back in the second half and show some fight and try to get us back in the game, I mean, it was good. But we know with the defense that it was only so much Herbert could do.
Yeah, and that's one of the biggest disappointments is the defense, right? Because we didn't get a stop until the fourth quarter. So, the Colts pretty much scored at will every possession. Yeah, until the fourth quarter. And then when I look at the final stats here, it has the Chargers had 25 first downs, they had 24. But I go down here at the bottom, it was he was 37 of 55 for 391, and Jones was 28 for 34 for 281. Mm-hmm. But at the bottom, time of possession, we had the ball 35 minutes. They had the ball 25 minutes. But that shows you that sometimes stats don't tell the whole story, because it appears that we were in it and it was kind of like a shootout for a little while. But we wasn't in this game from the very beginning when it started. Yeah. What do you take away from this? Like, what positive thing if any, you take away from this game?
Positive. The only positive I saw during the game was Oronde Gadsden.
Yeah.
He was, I mean, when we needed it, when there was nothing else, up until like before Keenan started getting involved and Ladd, Oronde was our guy that was getting us big plays, chunk plays. He's the only positive I feel like we could take away from this.
Yeah.
Him, that's all I can think of is him.
Yeah, he
There's
stepped
no
up
positive.
big. He stepped up big today. He's the 5th rookie tight end in the Super Bowl era to record 150 receiving yards in one game. So Keenan Allen also had a 100-yard receiving day and a touchdown. But Gaston is look like he's the real deal. Look like we finally got us another good tight end. The part that's tough for me is that I thought the defense, coming off of last season, we were number 2 in defense and had an efficient offense. And this year, we're sputtering in the red zone too much. We're horrible in the red zone.
We're last in the red zone.
Dead last in the red zone. And the defense, I got flashbacks of Brandon Staley watching his defense try to make stops. And it's like, do it seem like to you that people have caught up to this zone defense that Jesse Minter run?
Yeah. The defense that we run right now, I mean, we run a bend but don't break defense. That's the whole thing behind Jesse Minter's defense.
Yeah.
But we broke a lot in that game, especially when you go from the first quarter to fourth quarter.
Yeah.
We didn't get a single stop until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
So they did essentially whatever they wanted. They scored touchdowns, got 3, and I mean they really only got 3 because they settled for it.
Yeah.
Because they did whatever they wanted with us. They out-physicaled us.
Yeah.
And from a coaching standpoint, like when it comes to Jesse Minter versus Shane Steichen over on the Colts,
it was a mismatch.
A complete mismatch. And all props to Daniel Jones, but Shane does a really good job of making Daniel Jones' life really easy.
Oh, absolutely. And it helps when you got Jonathan Taylor, too.
Yes, and then when you take into account of how undisciplined we were, whereas, like, Jonathan Taylor is that offense. That offense moves with Jonathan Taylor. But you can't forget about the play action because Tyler Warren is a really good tight end.
Yeah, he is.
And Daniel Jones loves feeding him the ball, especially on play actions. And when you're undisciplined and you fall for the run so much, you get gashes that happen where it's like, all right, he play action and he dumps it for a 5-yard pass to Tyler Warren, but he takes it an extra 30.
Yeah.
So,
and I thought Durham would cover him a little more.
That's what we would have wanted.
Yeah. And so the defense has been really disappointing. I've never been a big Greg Roman fan, but the one little bit of credit I would give him is that after a while he saw what he was doing earlier. He had no success with it. He started making adjustments. He started going to a short passing game. Sometimes he get away from it too much because this patchwork offensive line that they got right now can't pass protect at all, and I'm not going to expect them to go out there and be Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt, but you got to stick to a short passing game and try to make an attempt to run the ball because that's the only success you're going to have against a team that was this good, a defense that was this good, and the Colts are for real. They're a lot better than I thought they were. Daniel Jones looked like a total different quarterback than he was in New York, and I'm just disappointed in Jesse Minter because of the fact that Greg Roman did make adjustments, and in the end, Justin did have success in the second half. He did throw 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns, whatever he did. It wasn't enough because they fell behind so early. But Jesse Minter, every week we're seeing draw plays, quarterback runs, and constantly getting through the A and the B gaps with ease. And he's not making any adjustments whatsoever. And even when the quarterback dropped back to pass the ball around, they finding these soft spots in the zone. And I don't have no more faith in this zone defense because it seems like people know how to attack it now. And the thing that bothers me more is that he don't make any adjustments.
at all. And like I said earlier, we run a bend but don't break defense. But it's hard when we sit back in that zone and you continuously allow a quarterback to hit you for 15 yards, 10 yards, and you can never get anything with that.
Yeah.
So to see him not switch it up, I mean, and we got good corners that could cover. So to see him not switch it up and see his zone getting diced up and not try to switch it to man and just show something different, because I get it, you run a disguise thing, you try to make it look like cover 3, but it's a cover 2.
Yeah.
But it's not working, and it hasn't been working for a while. But it's starting to get worse and worse as the weeks go on.
Yeah. So and unfortunately now, it makes you say, okay, I need to lower my expectations, because we're not where I thought. We're not heading in the direction I thought we were heading. Yeah. It makes one start to wonder now, before we wrap this up, it makes me start wondering how much of it is bad coaching and how much of it is maybe we just not as good personnel-wise as I thought we were. What you think?
I start to come to a realization that, because especially before the season started, I had us at least being 5-1 going into this game.
Yeah.
And after the game, we sit at 4-3. You start to realize that maybe you're not as good as you thought you was.
Especially we squeaked by Miami last week.
So you start to realize, like, it's a humbling experience. Like, all right, I thought we was gonna be in the upper echelon of teams, but you realize now that you're not there just yet.
Yeah.
And some of it is on coaching.
Yeah.
But more so, and I will say we do have a lot of injuries, but nobody's gonna make excuses for you.
Yeah, and that is true. I mean, that do have to, when most of the time when the team lose, no matter which team lose, they always go to the drawing board and try to watch film to figure out, because everybody feel like my game plan, if we execute it, it's going to work and we're going to win. Yeah. And so when you don't win, everybody want to go back and look at the film and say, what did we do wrong? Yeah. And sometimes, the last couple of weeks, you did see after a few weeks that we were the most penalized team in the league, the most undisciplined team in the league. Yep. But you didn't see that this time. You just out physical. You got out toughened. They just kicked our ass tonight. And the score wasn't as close as what it said. Neither was the stats. So so I just start to wonder, maybe are we not? And I get it. The injuries is part of it. Yeah. But like you said, in the National Football League, there's the other 31 teams, everybody dealing with some injuries too, some more than others. Our offensive line is completely depleted. Yeah. But you still got to get it done. You still got to go play. You can't say timeout. Let's take a month off to let these guys heal up and we stop football. You got to go out there and play with what you have. So they still got some work to do. I still love my team. I know you still love the team. 100%. I'm still going to ride with them. I'm still going to have faith in them. I'm still going to have a lot of confidence. And I'm going to root for them every week, until they lose the game or they win the game. And so my confidence in nothing ain't wavered. I'm a Charger for life. I know you're a Charger for 100%. Life. We just not where we wanted to be yet. And and it's evident after a couple of weeks. And anything you want to finish with before? We got another Thursday night game, a short week. Yeah. And if we lose 2 in a row, then it's really going to start getting.
Yeah, we can't drop 2 in a row, especially now. We're not in first place anymore. Yeah. So we can't drop 2 in a row, and I expect us to bounce back. I know it's a short week. Yeah. But I expect the defense to have some pride. Absolutely. Exactly. Have some pride and fight, because
say we better than this.
Yeah, because not getting a stop until the fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not what we.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, that's not what we thought this defense was, right. And I'm sure that's not what they thought they were. So I expected them to have some pride and bounce back, and for it to be a better week. But that's all I got.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna wrap up Boltcap. I mean, we were watching the game. It was tough watching it because it was almost like we weren't even competing with them. And the Colts are for real. We got to see it up close, and see that their defense, that line, that running game, their defense, they well coached, and we just not there yet. So we'll get back at it again Thursday night with a short week. Y'all just remember, like, share, subscribe, check me out tomorrow on with Chargers Talk 4630 so I can go deeper into what happened and, the state of the Chargers right now. And this is Justin. This is Stacey. This is Boltcap. We'll see y'all next week.